post-travel yoga with me today. I'm an airline pilot. I travel lots for work, and this is what I normally try to do if I'm feeling a little tight, a little icky, a little tired after work. So I'm also a registered yoga teacher, so that's how these two things work together. So let's start. You can start facing the top of your mat. I will do it facing you all today. And bring your hands down by your sides and distribute your weight evenly through the four corners of your feet. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Okay, we're gonna take a few minutes here and I'm gonna help you feel a little better. Take this left leg, you're gonna cross it behind your right, and that right leg is gonna be a little bent. From here, you're gonna swing your left arm up overhead, catch hold of that left wrist, and then try to straighten out your arms a little bit. So you're feeling a long line of energy from that left foot, the one that has the edge of the foot on the mat, all the way up to the hands on the top. Just getting a nice little opening through the side body. You can even pull on that left wrist just a touch. Gaze can go up towards the ceiling or under your left armpit. And then on a great big exhale, let's come back to your Tadasana or mountain pose. Big inhale here. And exhale. Let's take the other side. Right leg comes behind now. Left knee is gonna bend. Right arm swings up overhead. Left hand is gonna reach for that right wrist. So trying to keep the ribs and the hips in a relatively straight line, but don't be afraid to kind of move around here and find the sweet spot. So maybe you're opening that top shoulder up a little bit and then closing. Keep breathing. Great, and then big exhale. Let's come all the way back to stand. Good job. Okay, at the top of the mat now, big toes together, heels slightly apart. That's from the Ashtanga lineage. Let's inhale, take the arms up overhead. And then exhale, forward fold here. You can grab hold of your elbows, let the head hang heavy. Big exhale through the mouth. Traveling, if you don't do it very often, can be inherently stressful. So just allow the breath to deepen here. Really ragdoll the torso over the legs. And wherever you are in the world, let yourself start to feel a little bit of grounding. From here, take the hands down. You're going to slide them up the legs and then come into your halfway lift. So classical pose that we would do in a yoga class. And then from here, I'm going to back up so you can see me. We're going to bring the arms, so the biceps, up by the ears. So trying to make a great big L with your body and then turn the palms to face the floor. Exhale, bring your elbows into cactus and squeeze the shoulders behind the back. So what we're doing is we're kind of trying to activate the lats here. So inhale, extend the arms out in front. And then exhale, pull the elbows down again. Let's do 5 more like this. Inhale, 1. Exhale. This is going to be 2. Relax the face. Exhale. Shift your weight a little bit more forwards onto the toes. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can release any unnecessary tension in the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Beautiful. Make your way back forwards. And then we're going to take a deep bend in the knees. Roll all the way up to stand. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the shoulders together and then just lift the chest slightly. So it's almost like you're trying to slide the thumbs down the backs of the legs, really just opening the chest a little bit. And then on your exhale, lean your way forwards. Keep those fingers interlaced. Good job. And if you want to intensify this, you can bring the heels of the hands together and let the hands fall down towards the earth. Don't worry about what this looks like. If you're looking at me in the video and thinking I look very different than you, do not worry. This is supposed to feel good. It's not supposed to look any particular way. And exhale, let's release those hands. And then from here, you're gonna step back into a high plank. Just for a second, engaging the core, just getting the blood pumping. I know you're probably a little tired from your traveling. Couple breaths here. Once again, try to relax the face. Find a little bit of space between the ears and the shoulders. And then drop those knees down. So now you're in a tabletop position. From here, drop the belly, roll the shoulders down the spine, lift the heart. This is cow pose. Exhale, press the floor away. Try and send the spinal cord up towards the ceiling, and you can look towards, you can look towards your inner thighs. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, press the floor away. Awesome. And then these next three, I want you to focus on really moving the shoulders. So really rolling the shoulders down the back and lifting the chest as you inhale for cow pose. Then as you exhale, lots of scapular movement here coming into your cat pose. So that's one. Take two more like that with so much movement in the shoulders. One more. Moving with the breath, maybe even a little bend in the elbows feels good. Good job. Return to your neutral spine. Walk the hands out forwards. You can maybe have to take the knees back a touch and then come into a knees, chest, chin, essentially lowering down onto your belly. And then inhale for a cobra. And then I want you to be not using the arms too much. So almost like you can take the hands up off the floor. And if you want to, you can actually hover with the palms. So once again, kind of thinking about the lats here. So squeezing the elbows together behind the back. Couple more breaths here. Tuck the chin. Relax the face, relax the jaw. And focus on your breathing. One more breath. Beautiful. Lower. Let's press back into a child's pose here. So big toes together, knees are apart. And option to stay just in a classic traditional child's pose, or you can come up onto your fingertips and drop the third eye, the center of the forehead, or the Angya chakra, down onto the mat. Beautiful. And then option here too as well to just rock the head from side to side, kind of massaging that area between the eyebrows. So if you have been holding some stress here, some tension from your big travel day, between the brows, this often feels quite nice. And when you're ready, take a deep breath into the side ribs, almost like you're sending your breath behind the heart. And great big exhale. One more like that. Roll your way forwards back to a tabletop. You're going to take the right leg forwards into a low lunge. This can look however it needs to look for your body. So I'm going to keep my legs a little bit closer together than I normally would. Trying to stack the knee on top of the heel. Don't worry too much if it's not perfect. You're just listening to your body. So if you have discomfort, try to adjust to find something that feels nice on your body. We're all different. And no one athletic trainer can tell you the perfect way for you to do it. Only you can do that for yourself. Take the right hand down, and then we're going to take the left arm up overhead. Try and get a little side bend going here. So sometimes this will feel good if you're kind of sinking forwards a little bit more, or some people will like it with this back knee in a little bit closer. So it might be more intense one way or another. Just stay with the breath, pick somewhere, and try to stay there for about 3 to 4 breaths. Awesome. Then from there, a couple options here. So if you regularly practice yoga, then you can take this next variation. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna slide this back knee in, and your left heel is gonna go out to the side. So there is a little bit of a twist on the knee. Once again, this is only if you are okay with some twists on the knee and if you've tried this pose before. And don't worry, the second option is coming in a second if you have knee problems. From here, you're just gonna lean back. You might come down onto the elbows. And what we're trying to get is a nice stretch through the quad here, so this left quad. I'm a little tight through the quads, but if you want to intensify this, you can actually come all the way down onto your back and then even draw this right knee into the chest. So as I said, I'm a little tight here, so the left knee should be pressing down towards the mat. Obviously mine is not quite there. And then your second option is to stay in this lunge that you are in and to use the right hand to look for those back toes. You can also use a strap to kind of act as an extension cord for the arm. And then third option is just down on your belly, pulling this left heel in towards the glute and tucking the pelvis underneath. So regardless of whichever one you choose, we're trying to get a nice stretch in the quad. So take a few breaths here. Hold it as long as you feel necessary. I'm only going to show these options on the one side. So remember which one you like. And then when you're ready, release. Wherever you are, let's meet back in this tabletop position. And then take the left leg forwards now. Find that low lunge or medium lunge. Either way, the back knee is on the floor. You're gonna drop your left hand down, swing your right hand up, and find a little bit of a side bend here. Maybe the legs are closer together. Maybe they're not. Wherever you are, find some stillness. And then when you're ready, take that quad stretch. So once again, either reaching for the back toes with the opposite arm. So that'll be the left arm back for the right toes. Coming down on your belly for a quad stretch. Or taking this crazy, funky pose. I'm forgetting the Sanskrit name right now. Essentially, something supine, supta, with a little twist. And if you are in this version, do make sure that the hips are tucked under, so your pelvis, your pubic bone is kind of tucking up towards the ceiling. And once you feel about even on both sides, we're gonna come into a ball on our back. So give the legs a hug, the knees a hug. Once again, coming back to that slow, deep breathing we did in child's pose. So letting the area behind the heart expand and the belly. Maybe even letting the belly kind of expand between the legs here as you're gripping or giving the legs a hug. Allowing some of that stress from the day to roll off. And then when you're ready, release the legs. You're gonna roll onto your right or left side, doesn't matter which one. And then we're actually going to do a little bit of a strengthening exercise to finish off. So take the knees, about at a 45-degree angle from the torso. You can just drop your head onto your right arm. And then from here, you're gonna open up the legs, open that left knee up towards the sky, and then exhale, bring it back down. You might have to kind of move the legs around to find a good spot for the legs. But what we're focusing on here is what ex-dancers might call the tutu line, or your turnout muscles. It is a small section of the glute. So this kind of side of the body, side of the glutes, get weak if you do a lot of sitting. So if we just keep opening and closing the legs here, I don't think I quite said that, but hopefully you're all watching and doing this. You should be starting to feel a little bit of a burn, a little bit of some activation. So if you do lots of sitting like me, then these are very helpful, and they can actually alleviate a little bit of hip pain, which I occasionally get if I am working a lot. So I normally do about 20 of these on the one side before I switch to the other side. So feel free to count for yourself. But in the spirit of keeping this a yoga practice, do your best to coordinate the breath with the movement. And then when you're ready, you can roll over to the other side and take the same thing over here. So now you're leaning on that left bicep, finding a good spot for the knees. Don't be afraid to move around and find the right spot for your body. We're all different. You know what feels best. So a few more here, just to make it even between the sides, but a little recap for what we did today. We did some things to strengthen the lats, just to kind of help with posture. Sometimes we slouch quite a bit on airplanes, or we're kind of in uncomfortable positions. So we did some things to strengthen the back, and you can come on to your back as well now. You can just take the soles of the feet together and knees apart. Maybe noticing the glutes, the glute med kind of firing up a little bit. And from here, you can just bring both hands to your belly. Tuck the shoulders behind the spine, and then make sure that the back is relatively flat. And just allow yourself to let the stress of the day roll off. To connect with the ground here, feeling its support. And get ready to start whatever new chapter of your life you're in, whether it's a vacation, whether it's days off after a work trip, or starting a work trip, or getting home from a vacation. whatever it is that comes next. Start with a fresh mind. And a fresh body after this little sequence. You're welcome to transition into a Shavasana or a Yoga Nidra practice that I also have on my channel. Or just start to wake yourself up here and begin to go about your day. Thank you for choosing to practice with me today. I'm Jodie Scarrow, and I'm looking forward to moving with you again. We'll take one last breath together. Deep inhale. Big releasing exhale. The highest in me bows to the highest in each and every one of you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. I'll see you soon. If you liked this class today, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel, liked the video, or left a comment. And you can find me on Instagram at Escape Roots Yoga. Okay, bye.